Hey there, Parker Reed here, and welcome to PR Media, your home for everything movies and music through my eyes. Today we're going to be talking about the PS5 and why it might not be your best option for a 4K Blu-ray player. PS5, of course, comes out this week, and it represents the next console generation for Sony. And then on the other side, we have Microsoft's Xbox Series X. And the big draw of this console generation is 4K native gaming, and eventually 8K once we get to that. Once TVs become more available in that price range, more content becomes available in that price range in that format. And a big topic of conversation is, of course, the disk drive on both those different consoles. They both come as a digital-only edition for $100 less, but for $500 instead of $400 for the PS5, you do get that disk drive, so it allows you to play physical medias like 4K Blu-rays and physical discs for the PS5. So a lot of people are going to be using it as their first ever 4K Blu-ray player, but should you be doing that? Let's get into it. So a few of the big draws of actually owning a 4K player are the fact you get to use high dynamic range, which basically means really bright brights and really dark low lighting, and that contrast between the two really is a big draw of 4K players, as well as being able to use audio formats like Dolby Atmos to get an enhanced audio experience. And there are a few key differences between the Xbox Series X and the PS5 as far as what they're going to be offering on their physical systems. So right off the bat, the PS5 will be supporting HDR high dynamic range, because that's a big draw of their video games, and for every 4K movie that supports that, it'll be on the PS5, so no worries there. And 4K discs are region free around the entire globe, so any disc you buy from Japan, Germany, England, Australia will be able to be played on your PS5 anywhere in the world, and that's a great quality of the 4K format. Not just the PS5, any 4K Blu-ray player you find is going to be able to do that. But what starts to worry me is the fact that the Sony PS5 will not, I repeat, not be supporting Dolby Vision or Dolby Atmos. They're going to be instead using their own 3D audio that they're designing for video games and kind of just porting over to their disc drive for 4K Blu-rays. And this quality is one that really discerns it from the Xbox Series X, which does support Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. And it makes me pretty nervous because this is an untested audio format. And when I'm watching 4K Blu-rays, I really want that enhanced audio. And if I don't know if that audio is going to be superior to Dolby Atmos or at least as good as Dolby Atmos, I'm a little not trusting of it. And when the PS3 came out, a big selling point of that was the fact that it was also a Blu-ray player, and that was a new format at the time, so that got people to buy it who maybe hadn't had a Blu-ray player previously. And it's the same thing with this. And I don't think this is a quality that's going to turn off a lot of people, because a lot of people just aren't really familiar with what Dolby Vision or Dolby Atmos is. So if they don't get it on the PS5, they're really not going to miss it. I get that. And a lot of audiophiles and a lot of cinema files already own a 4K Blu-ray player, so they don't have to worry about those qualities for the PS5. But I think Sony wants to give people the best experience they possibly can with the PS5 and their 4K Blu-ray player, because when you're charging people $100 more just for that little disc drive, you better be getting it right. And I don't know if they're getting it right with not allowing Dolby Vision or Dolby Atmos. And I think it goes without saying that anytime you have something that's just built into another system that's not specifically designed for it, you're going to suffer. It's like buying a record player that has built-in speakers. Those built-in speakers aren't going to be as good as if you bought them separately and made a component system. And I feel the same way about the 4K Blu-ray player in the Sony PS5. You're going to be much better off by going with someone like LG or Sony themselves to get an external 4K Blu-ray player, because it's going to be better quality, better build, and you don't have to worry about it breaking down then screwing up your entire system. And I see the appeal of having it right in your PS5. If I was someone who didn't really care that much about the 4K format, I just want to watch movies occasionally, or if I wanted Netflix involved in my PS5 too, I would definitely be fine with just having the disc drive on the PS5. I get it. There's no judgment there. I think it'll work just fine, but I think it is not your preferred option for a 4K Blu-ray player. I think you can find a lot better deals in the market for maybe $150, $250, and you're going to have a better build quality. Your discs aren't going to skip nearly as often, which is sometimes a problem with a little lower grade 4K Blu-ray player, and you're overall just going to have a better experience with watching movies. And I would recommend getting into the 4K format, regardless if you're a video game player or not. But if you're just kind of a casual watcher, you don't really care that much as long as it looks really good and you have those great 2160p 4K visuals, I don't see a problem with picking up the PS5. I just don't think it's your best option for a 4K Blu-ray player. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw here, you can check us out on Facebook or Instagram, and like, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. My name is Parker Reed. You've been watching PR Media. Keep supporting physical media, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.